Hey, what's going on, guys? So, I've been doing a lot of Zulrah on my Iron Man lately, and so I've got a couple people coming to me asking for tips and suggestions. This one specifically goes out to my buddy Habtron, who asked me about how to learn the Zulrah rotations. And I'm going to be demonstrating this website here, the Interactive Zulrah Learning Tool, which if you go look in the description below, you'll find the link. So what you're going to need for this is you're going to need OS Buddy or some type of thing to put screens on top, and obviously the Interactive Zulrah tool. So if you go into OS Buddy settings here and look at the first setting here, always on top, you want to turn that on so that RuneScape is always on top of anything else. So if I click on this, it won't come in front of it. The next thing you want to do is go into the presentation mode of the Zulrah Learning Tools. Click this present button, which will then pop up the 4 different Zulrah phases behind your screen. And basically what you're going to do is once you recognize one of these phases, you're going to click on it. So say I see the 2 range as the first 2 steps, I click on the Charlie phase. It'll pop this up, and then once I go through the whole rotation, I'll click this because the new rotation can start again. So now you see you can pick the second rotation. So we're going to go do a rotation, and I'm going to step through what I'm doing with the tool. Also, I found it helps to listen to some upbeat trance music with doing Zulrah. It kind of matches the pace of the fight. So I see the mage pop up and I know it's the delta phase, so I click on delta, go back to fight. Mind you, once you get a couple kills, you won't have to do this anymore because you'll automatically know what's going to happen. This really helps to know what's coming next. So you always have to be thinking about the next phase. So I see we're on this one right now, the delta phase 2. Next is coming is range, so I pre-range and I run over to where it is. I'm always looking for the white dot on the map because that shows you where you need to stand. Next up is Mage. See right here, number 4, Mage, and it tells you to stand right where I'm standing. So right now, as I'm doing this, before he's hitting me hard, I'm looking to the next one. Next one is Melee, and I need to be on the opposite side. So I want to get ready to run over there. There we go. Mind you, all the prey switches are something you're going to learn with time, so don't freak out. Focus on trying to learn and how to deal with the phases. Once you get that down, then you can focus on getting the kill. Next is range. Always try to keep track of where you are. Always think of the next step. Number 7 next is range, and it has this little arrow, which is the only phase that has this. Essentially, it's telling you to run through to the other side during the phase, because he puts out the smoke while you're on this phase. You notice I'm not praying range. You can do it if you want. It shows you in the guide whether or not you need to pray or not. Next up, I'm looking here, number 9 is range on the opposite side again. So once I'm close to killing him, or close to him going down, I switch back over. I didn't pray, that was epic fail! Alright, we can recover. Next up is Mage. And then last is the Jad phase. So if you see on the guide here, it says MR, which means it starts with Mage and then goes to range. I'm pausing here because I want to make sure that I get the show. So I'm starting with Mage, and I swap to range. I see the attack and I switch. That's it. After that, you'll notice there's one more phase. It's a Mage phase. I always go back to the start. So I always go back to where I started at. This way, when you hit the refresh button here, so you see this button here, means at the end of this, it would start another phase. I'm ready to go right from the beginning. Starting all over. That's it. That's all there is to it. Good luck.